Buddy boy. What you doing, buddy boy? Good morning, buddy. How are you? Happy lunch break. Very happy. Yes. Yeah. Guys, good morning. Welcome back to the Stony Ridge. It's a gorgeous day out here on the farm. And we're going to be unloading some hay. We got a lot of fun stuff to do today. We're a little bit early on our live stream. So, welcome. Welcome back to the farm. Got to take these down to the chicken coop, or actually put them on the four-wheeler. I'm getting tons of squash right now. As you guys come in the door, please hit that like button. If you're watching on Facebook, I'd really appreciate it. If you've been invited, accept that invitation to follow the channel. It's not a trick. It's not a gimmick. It just notifies you when we're live and when we're doing fun stuff like this. So we've got hay. This is the hay, and that's the tractor, and everything's in the wrong place right now. So let me show you the hay that we've got here. This is from my friend Larry. This is very, very good quality fescue hay. This is what we'll be feeding the cows all winter long. Each one of these bales weighs somewhere in the neighborhood of 800 pounds, something like that. It's a very tight net wrapped bale. It's a 4x5 bale or a 5x5. I'm not positive exactly what size it is. First thing we're going to do, this is not my truck, okay? This is my buddy Larry's truck. He left it up here for me. Big shout out to Larry for doing that. Whether he knew it or not, it afforded me the opportunity to bring this to you live. I think this is a brand new truck. I think my buddy Larry got. So he told me just get in it, put my foot on the brake, and start it. Yep, this is the Tradesman, I think. And it looks like it only has 1,100 miles on it. So brand spanking new pickup truck. Currently 0 miles to the gallon. Full exhaust brake on. So this must be a 4,500 truck, not a 3,500. Let me see. 55. Wow, that's a big daddy right there. This is a big 5,500. So this is basically a commercial. Nice truck. Very, very nice truck. I like the color. What do you guys think? Cummins. You can't go wrong with Cummins. I like my Dodge trucks that I used to have, and I've still got one. So, morning, everybody from Ferndale, California, Kentucky. We got folks all over the world. Tell us where you're from, guys. I'd love to know. 30% of my viewers are from other parts of the world. So, not only America, but Canada and all over. I'm going to get these straps off first. I'm just going to set the camera up, and we'll talk you guys through as I'm unstrapping everything. Might be the stupid thing to do. I don't know. My thought is I'm going to take this truck, and I'm not used to driving this truck and trailer, so I've got to be careful. I'm going to pull in and pull down through a gate here, get the truck in position, and then we'll go back and get the tractor and unload. My thoughts are to unload this first load right here in front of the house. In this spot right here, I don't know exactly how I'm going to make this work, but what I do know is the cows tend to bunch up right at this gate right here, and they tend to tear the fence up a little bit. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to set our hay bales out all the way across right here, and I set my hay bales out a little different than folks, okay, than most folks. We've got to be able to hook up to the Greg Judy bale unroller, so we need to make it simple and easy to back to the hay bales, and you'll see that for sure. So good morning. Got some folks in England. Awesome. Awesome. Cool. I'm going to unstrap these first hay bales right here. This is kind of what secures the load. If it rolls off, you guys get to laugh at me. If it rolls off down the hill. And we'll go grab the TYM 574. So let's pop these straps off. I am definitely not wearing boots. It is warm out. It's summertime. I'm not wading through mud and manure. Never am on this farm. And I don't wear boots all the time. I'm wearing my hay dudes, and that's all good. That's what I like. So maybe I'm an unconventional farmer compared to the old time guys that, you know, I don't have to impress anybody is my thought. So just want to be comfortable. What do you guys think about that? Sometimes I go out and move the cows in flip-flops. I don't have to be suited up in a farmer suit in order to own a farm. What do you guys think about that? I get comments on that a lot. Rah, you're not farming, you're wearing flip-flops. I could be the flip-flop farmer, right? Excuse me. I do not know where Larry wants his straps, but I'm going to put them on the back of his truck. It's rained a little bit today. We need rain so bad here. We need about 5 inches of rain right now, but we're not getting it. Let's see if I'm as smart as this strap is. There we go. Ow! Maybe not. Might need gloves. Gloves are common sense. There we go. One more little strap. There you go, buddy. Cool. All right, I can't see your comments yet, but I'll get back to them. I promise. I want to hear about this flip-flop cowboy thing. All right, Larry, how did you route this thing through? How am I going to get that out? Just like that. Cool. You guys might have seen the photo the other day. I took a photo out at the airport. A buddy of mine has an airplane. I've considered way back, like trying to pick up a Cessna or something like that, just so I can enjoy flying. I could fly over to Tennessee, love to fly to Nashville and go see a show or something like that. I don't know, it just makes you more mobile. Want to go down to the beach, have some crab cakes, and come on back that afternoon? Yeah, it takes 2 hours to do it. So thinking about that, but got to recover a little bit financially. This bunch of hay, each one of these hay bales are $50 a pop, okay? And that's pretty cheap comparatively to the rest of the country. $50 a pop for good high quality hay. And we're gonna get 200 bales. So you guys do the math. Tell me what the math is. 200 bales this year. Spring cut hay. The question I'm asking myself is, can I access both rows of hay from this side? In other words, if I can, all I'm going to do is pull this truck down through the gate, circle back around and point the truck back up the hill. Maybe I'll pull down through the gate, park it at the gate, then grab the tractor. I can't leave the gate blocked. There's a little science to this. I think we should go get the tractor first. Let's open that gate. Go grab the tractor, drive down in there with the tractor, and then we'll take the truckload of hay down. Tell me what you think. Yeah, it's 10,000 bucks. That's what it is. 10K, that ain't no joke. But, you know, with the cows, we got 55 cows. Potentially we'll be selling off 20 to 25 calves. So it most certainly pays for itself. Does the farm earn a monumental profit at this moment? Absolutely not. So your guys being here, watching and enjoying the channel is what really helps support this farm. It really does. It helps support one guy's dream and one guy's hard work. And it's just me here on the farm. That's it. We'll go see the chickens here in a minute. We're going to walk by the mobile coop. Get this gate open. Got a little bit of walking to do this morning. Never hurt anybody. Flip-flop farmer would be a good title for a country song. Well, maybe I'll write that. I do play guitar, play a little bit of music. On these really hot summer days we've had here recently, I've actually played a little more music, and I'm enjoying it. You know, I get out here early in the morning, I do all my farm work, I get everything done, I shoot a video, and then hit the gym, and then when I get done, I don't sit still easy. I'll grab the guitar or the piano or banjo or harmonica, whatever, and do a little jamming. Let's go check out the chickens. I'm gonna turn the camera around. Guys, stick around. This is your lunchtime live stream, so hang out for your lunch break. I appreciate it. I'd love to have you hanging out all the way through your lunch break. All your people in the lunchroom saying, who the heck is that guy? What are you watching? Carl's watching some dumb crap from YouTube again. Why did you take the straps before you move the trailer, because they ain't really holding anything. They're just holding that back bale down. They're not really holding anything to speak of. And we're only going from here to there. So that's why. What's this hay for again? It says prove in. This is for the cows for the winter. This is our feed for the winter. Grass don't grow all winter long. So we gotta feed the cows. I threw these out here. These are some overgrown cucumbers. I'll toss these over in the coop for the girls. Even the rotten one right here. This one's gonna be a yummy one. They'll love it. Nice thing about chickens is they love rotten stuff. Now the girls right here, this is our eggmobile. They're very shy. Check them out. So every evening they go in the eggmobile and the door automatically shuts. We have yet to lose a chicken out here. They are out of water this morning. Brian sends a $9.99 super chat. Thank you, brother. Brian Grammer. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate that. Yep. Let's see if we can get one of these chickens to crow. They've just started crowing. They're going through 10 gallons of water per day. 10 gallons. I filled these up yesterday morning and they're already out. So that's a lot of water. Watching on lunch break. Yep. Glad you guys are watching on your lunch break. Hopefully most of you are. And you're sitting in the break room right now, or sitting in your truck or your car having a sandwich, or you're on your way to Arby's. Who's having Arby's? Yep. Hanging out, watching, and everybody in the break room's wondering, who in the heck are you watching on YouTube? So I'm going to pop around the corner here and take a quick look at the honeybees. These guys are not happy. They are not happy campers. They are grumpy, grumpy bees. And I'm not going to hang out too long to find out how grumpy they are. This is another batch of chickens we got down here. And that's the garden. Cool. Let's go on over and check out what we got going on. Where are the chickens for here? Where are you guys at? Birdies? Hey guys. You okay? What's going on? You're acting a little strange. You guys okay? I don't know. They're acting a little strange compared to the rest of the chickens. What's going on here? Did something get in the coop last night? We have a dead chicken in here. What's going on, guys? What did that? Wow. That's quite odd. I don't know. Life and death every day on the farm, right? What made the bees so grumpy? Says Denise. Denise, the bees get grumpy when it's dry out. Cows are right here, by the way, guys. It's been super dry here on the Stony Ridge, and the bees are grumpy when it's dry and there's a low nectar flow, so they're very, very protective of their hive. John in the house. Hey, neighbor, how you doing? How's Milwaukee push mower doing? It's doing good. I haven't used it since the video, aside from push mowing through the garden. It's been really dry out here, guys. Cows are eating hay. You can see hay scattered about. This is the new hillside that I just cleared off. And I'm placing hay bales all over this hillside for probably the next 2 weeks to allow the rest of the farm to recover. We need some rain really, really bad. Temperatures were soaring yesterday. Temperatures as high as 99 degrees here on the Stony Ridge, and we haven't had rain aside from this morning's tiny little drizzle. We haven't had any rain, significant rain, in weeks here on the farm. So finally got rain in the Ville. Not enough. Yeah, we're not getting enough rain. We got those poor chickens are probably out of water too. Duh. No, they're not out of water. And if you don't mind your manners here, you'll go duh right off the channel, brother. I'm not gonna put up with that. Okay. I don't understand the need to insult somebody on social media. I just don't understand it. That's not duh. They have plenty of water. I unfortunately lost a chicken. I don't know why, but sometimes chickens die. I mean, sometimes chickens, you just lose chickens. If you keep chickens, sometimes you're going to go out to the coop and be like, man, I wonder what happened to little Lucy. It just happens. So it does. I don't know why we linked off there for a second. I don't see the need. Asheville, North Carolina trail camera. I don't see the need for anyone to insult me or make assumptions. I just don't see the need for it. Maybe you could explain why you would insult me. I don't know. What do you guys think? Well, the other chickens were out of water. What do you? Let me explain how water works to you really quickly. This might help you to maybe reel in your sarcasm. Sometimes when a chicken waterer is filled up with water and they drink all the water, it is empty for an hour. Can you go without water for an hour? Pretty sure you can. It's a pretty common thing for a chicken waterer to run out of water. So I don't stand out there all day long waiting for them to finish drinking the water out of the bucket and then pour more in there. So yeah, that's the scenario. Maybe you just don't understand. Maybe it's better that I explain that to you. Just like you drink a glass of water and you're out of water, so did the chickens. So I don't know. I'll have to do some investigating on the one that died. It's odd. But I would hope that most people would have enough self-control to not put me down. I think that's a good thing. It's not nice. It's just uncalled for. However, as a social media guy, the guy that posts videos all the time, I'm constantly put down. So it's pretty much the whole reason why I started making videos. Just so I could be put down every morning. Every morning I wake up and I go through, catch the gate. I go through the comments, and the first ones I see are the ones where people are telling me what a dummy I am. That's pretty much why I started making videos. Can't let it get to you, I guess. I believe you're absolutely a good man, and I know what you're doing. We appreciate you. Thank you. Farm looks great. I got bird poop on the back of my hand. Haters gonna be haters. Well, maybe Jay and Silent Bob strike back. Well, maybe someday there'll no longer be haters on the internet, right? Maybe someday. Yeah, but how far is the water away from the bees? We definitely never have to have water shortages in the UK. It's not about water on the bees. The bees don't have any nectar flow right now. There's only one tree that's really flowering here, and it's called the sourwood tree. The rest of the trees have not are done flowering, and it's been really, really dry. So that just puts the bees on high alert. They get defensive about their hive. So that's normal. That's normal. And there's 6 creeks on this place. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and another one over there, and 4 ponds. So the honeybees fly to the ponds and get water all the time. Cows think it's time to move. Wasn't putting you down, just making an observation about the water. Duh is pretty mild saying. Duh is not, it's not polite. It's not. It's not polite for someone to say duh. Is it to you? I don't know. You're pretty thin-skinned if you think that's insulting you. If I say, yeah, duh, to you, dude, that's what this live stream is going to be about. Is it too hard for you to apologize for saying duh? Really? Why is it so hard for folks to admit when they're being insulting. I don't know. I didn't say duh to you, bro. That's all I got to say. I'm just showing you what I'm doing on the farm. Be kind. That's all I ask. But I am curious about what your next comment might be. People are incredibly intelligent on the keyboard. Hunter says, how's your day been? Here you go, change the subject. So we've got heavy hay bales. We're going to be putting out pretty heavy hay bales right now. And therefore, I've already filled up my water tank as a ballast on the back of this tractor. I'm not spraying anything for the next few weeks, but I have it on here as a ballast to help support the back of the tractor. Duh. Duh. My friend Mike from Our Wyoming Life, or previously from Our Wyoming Life channel, has an alter ego called the Armchair Rancher, and it's pretty funny. Kindness is part of the Scout Law. There you go. Kind of late for hay, says Jason. It's been so dry here, man, that folks are just now getting their hay cut. It's been super dry. It's kind of early to have to feed hay to the cows, and I've been feeding the cows hay for about a week and a half now. I'm waiting out this rain. You can see there's no grass growing in here, and that's where the cows have to go next. They're all bunched up here thinking they're going to move. I do need to go check on cow number 25. I've been looking for her. Looks like she's coming up out of the woods down there now. Yep. Right on. It's been really dry. Yeah. I'm going to start a YouTube instead of woo, I'm going to say duh. Says K9 Striker. Well, duh. But it won't be insulting, duh. It'll be just productive conversation, duh, right? All right, it is raining here in North Carolina. Somebody in Statesville just said raining. I think it's coming from the west, coming from like out in Indiana. I've got a friend in Indiana that I talked to. She's probably watching us right now. I'm going to put you guys on a different mount. There we go, so we can drive. This is what you were on. This is called a gimbal. It's my wonderful toys. It's my Batman toys for doing live videos. And my Batman mic. You still have the bull. Yep, Donnie's in there. He's in there eating right now. The garden looks great. I just watered it for the very first time about 3 days ago. Are the tomatoes curling the leaves? Water twice a day. They look pretty good. How does it stick? This mounts to a tripod right here. The other mount you're on is a magnet, so it sticks magnetically. It's raining right now. Rain might dictate a little different approach on the live stream here. So I was going to park the camera and let you guys watch us unload. You might have to watch from inside the cab. Raining a lot in northern New York. The garden's impressive. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And duh, the garden's impressive. If you're just now joining us, today's farm word is duh. Definitely not insulting. Totally productive. Helps everybody out. Duh. Heat itself will cause curling. Gotcha. Yep, it's Manfrotto tripod. Believe it or not, it takes a little bit of equipment to keep this thing going, to keep this whole YouTube thing going. I messed up the other day and dropped a $2,500 drone. Not cool. Got into a tree while we were doing the land clearing project, and they're supposed to have like a fail-safe to keep them from getting broken or getting whacked. That failsafe did not work. I don't So I'm going to stack my hay right there. What I really should do is put it around all these walnut trees I just planted in the pasture. My granny wants to take you to dinner. Right here. Asheville Trail camera. Let's make light of it, dude. Just light of it. Just don't say duh. It's just insulting. But I don't know you. So if we were friends and we were all sitting around here, even if we were friends and we were all sitting around the campfire, it would take several adult beverages for duh to come out of my mouth. Thanks for your service. Thank you, Hunter. But let's agree to be friends. Let's first of all agree that if we're sitting by the campfire together, bam, thank you, brother. Thank you. I appreciate it. And you gotta really think about Asheville Trail camera, thank you. You really gotta think about, as a guy that produces content like this, what I go through on a daily basis in the insult world of things. I'll tell you, if any of you guys have ever posted anything on Facebook or YouTube or anything like that, you'll find that the filterless insults come pouring out on you. And it's disheartening to think that our society has come to troll each other like that. And we're all just out here and we're all mostly good people and hardworking people that care. I mean, that's all it is to it. There we go. We're brothers again. Asheville, North Carolina trail camera. Oh, good stuff. All right, I'm gonna hop in this truck. I was gonna set the camera out so you guys could watch me unload, but we might just be riding in the cab together. Life is a popularity contest, just like junior high. Yeah, tell me about it. Look at our elections. Oh, this truck is too nice. It smells so good. Oh, Josh is jealous. Man. Now let's see if I can figure out how to work the windshield wipers. Yeah, we're getting rain. Woohoo! Not really an ideal time to... What is that? Let's get an alert going here. Ooh. This has manually engaged four-wheel drive. We're going to 4 high. Bam. Very good. Brake on? Nope, brake's not on. This is a big load. If I lose hay bales off the back of this, you guys get to say duh, okay? That is one sweet truck. Okay, why am I buying hay instead of baling my own hay? Because we need to bring biomass to the soil. We need to heal this land here on the Stony Ridge Farm. We've got to give it some time before we cut hay here on the property. I've got some things in the works with hay equipment very soon. So bear with me. Eventually we will start cutting hay and we're going to start dedicating some hay fields out here on the farm. Ooh, dude, forget you're pulling a trailer that's 9,000 feet long. Oh, it's a little tight. Gotta get smart. Okay. Hold on, I have to shut up for a second. All right. Oh, brakes. Big time brakes. E-brake. Yes. You know, I think I'm going to turn the truck off. There we go. Would you buy another big TYM tractor? That's what the announcement's going to be coming here. I'm talking with Mezix right now. Hopefully, Neil and I can come to an agreement. The deal is I've got 5 or 6 tractors here. The John Deere tractor I never use anymore. And this tractor I use all the time. And Big T, the TYM T1104, is a great machine, but it's so big. So my thought process is to downsize the number of machines I have on the farm. I'm going to get loud. So downsize the number of machines I have on the farm and pick one nice Kubota tractor that I can rely on as the go-to machine for the farm. I don't need to maintain this many tractors. This is a little bit okay. I got a bale. I'm on a hillside here a little bit. I'm a little concerned, to be honest with you. You guys need to see this. Wish there was a way. I don't want to get tipsy. I'm going to do a little bounce in here, a little test here. It's a little bit odd. I'm loading on the side of this hill. I've just got to be careful. I mean, Stephen, again, the word of the day is duh. I like it. I think these hay bales are going to be beautiful right here in front of the house also. Four-wheel drive is on. We're going to go with, I'm going to put her in a medium instead of high. Oh, that's a pretty hay bale. Look at how pretty these hay bales are. There's nothing like that grab hay. Maybe slightly lower my center of gravity. If I roll this tractor, you guys are gonna get a good chuckle. You know what? I'm gonna be smart. If I roll it, I roll it. But at least I'll be secure. We'll be upside down together. 55 to 85 horsepower says fill up the line. So what I'm looking at is an M5, I believe it's got an M5 111. It's 111 horsepower utility tractor from Kubota. And again, I'm just kind of talking right now with Neil from Mesics. You guys don't know Mesics? They are an awesome, I think they're the #1 Kubota dealer in the country. They're an awesome group of people. And Mesics is a great informational channel for all tractor information. Friends of mine work with Neil at Mesics, Tractor Time with Tim, Outdoors with the Morgans. So, make no mistake about it, this will be a loose partnership, but I'll be buying from the most reputable dealer in the country in my mind. So, I'm happy about that. Hey Josh from Berlin. Dude, remind me your name, Berlin Valley Stables. What's the pucker factor? What's the pucker factor? Somebody answer Edwin. So, I have a safety pucker factor scale that I go off of in my life. And the safety pucker scale is, you can get a pucker factor of 10, which is a pretty high pucker factor when you're unloading hay on uneven ground like this. It's how much you pucker up or draw up in the seat when you're doing something that you think might be the slightest bit dangerous. The more I unload this hay, the more stable the tractor seems to be, so I think we're in good shape. Drop that bale on there. I think so, anyway. I'm nervous. You see me going slow. You see me slam this hay bale to the ground. It's just the upper ones. You see me slam it to the ground, you'll know I reached a full pucker factor of 25. My baby tractor's a Kubota 26 horsepower, picks up hay bales like a champ. Lower the bucket to reduce the pucker factor. Yeah, I can't though. When we back up here and put this bale in place, look at how high these hay bales are. They're 12 feet in the air. But I agree, as soon as I can get it down, the less pucker factor comes in. If I flip, like I said, that'll be a full pucker, maybe a pucker factor of 50. Berlin Valley Stables remind me of your first name, man. I don't know why, but I've totally spaced the first name, and that's not very nice of me. That's one of those duh moments, right? I met the Berlin Valley Stables guys in Ohio. It was Millersburg, Ohio, a few months back. Yeah, it's not my truck, Doug. I'm not buying anything new for a while, except for doing some trading and trying to get into a Kubota tractor. I'm not planning on buying anything new, especially in the truck department. I got burned on that Raptor pretty bad, and I don't blame my uncle for it. But I definitely am not happy with new vehicles right now. There's so many gadgets on these things. This truck appears to be the Tradesman, which doesn't have as many gimmicky gadgets on it. I do like Apple CarPlay, I'm going to say that. I really do. Oh, I am buckering right now. Come on down. I'll try to turn the camera around so you guys can see why I am buckering. Starlink ain't working better for you. It's actually working worse. Alright, let me see if I can whip this camera around and get it in a position where you guys can see why I'm nervous doing this. I am quite nervous unloading this. See how high those hay bales are? And we're on a hill, so this is level. This is the hill. It's not a very big hill, but it's enough to make you draw up in the seat a little bit. Let's see if I can get y'all in a position to view what's going on in real time here. I think that's a good spot. What do you think? We definitely don't say it in England. It's a Joshism, Marina. It's a Josh thing. It's a Stony Ridgeism. It's just me, just what I say. I don't think it's an American thing. I think it's just what I like to say. Everybody's got their own little things, right? So, not so worrisome right here. Setting that hay bale down, but in a second, go back. I'll bump that hay bale forward a little bit. The more you handle hay, the more you damage hay. So you got to think about that. Pack these guys in pretty tight together. There we go. There we go. Now we're getting ready to show you guys the true pucker. Sorry to be a pest, but if you get a moment, can you see the camera mount? The Manfrotto screws. Can I see that camera mount that gets Manfrotto screws inserted into? It's called the Manfrotto Sport Tripod, dude. You can go on Amazon and take a look at it. It has a little, I think it's, again, called the Manfrotto Sport. It has a little tab that connects. It's also in my Amazon store. It's Amazon.com/shop Stony Ridge Farm. Alright, now you see why I'm puckering here, boys and girls. See, this is way up in the air and I'm tilting. The back tire's off the ground behind me. This will all get better once I get these top bales off. Here we go. It should be in the bottom of the Amazon store. It's not really a store, it's just my page. But Manfrotto Sport Action, I think is what it's called. Are you going to tarp it? No. Nope, we don't tarp it. This hay has a natural thatch roof on it. We don't need to worry about tarping the hay. And this will be fed in the wintertime this year. And the hay that's going to be fed in this field that we're in is the hay that is being set off right now. Alright, let's get back up here and get another bale off the very top here. Very long comment there. To my recollection, I've never puckered. You got a pucker story. Liquid in your tires. Yep. All the tires on all the tractors on the farm are all loaded. They are all loaded, but and I've got a ballast on the back, a big tank of water, but unloading on a hillside like this always, it just makes me a little nervous. Like right now, the back tire's off the ground. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. Maybe if I go, yeah, this bale is not my favorite. Yes, man, this one's the most hairy to get off. I think I can do it. Just gonna have to lower as I slowly back. Once we get the top bales off, it's all good, man. I'm gonna jiggle this and see if I flip over. Nope. It's probably just me being ultra safe. This is a hydrostatic tractor, and this is absolutely just like driving a lawnmower. I'm just mashing one pedal to back up, mashing one pedal to go forward, and the RPM automatically increases and decreases for the amount of load on the machine. I do like a hydrostatic tractor. The biggest concern with any hydrostatic tractor is, does the cruise control work on that tractor? In other words, is it set to a speed or does it set to a RPM? Ryan Forrest in the house. How much weight on the back end? 90 gallons of water plus the implement. The implement's probably 400 pounds. And 90 gallons of water. This one's a little bit. This one's going to make me a little bit nervous too. I'm going to make it though. I feel like I'm going to make it. I think I'm gonna make it. Oh, baby. Easing on down. I will not do this again. I'm gonna unload on level ground only from now on. Oh, there we go. Woo! Nerves. There we go. The farmer that brought the hay says, hurry up and unload. He left his truck here overnight. He told me, take your time. He's just glad to get it out of the field, and this is his most high quality hay. I asked him to always bring me the best quality hay that he cuts. So, I'm really glad this has some green in it. I was worried that the hay I was going to get this year was going to be pretty brown and pretty dry. The greener, in most cases, the greener the hay, the better the nutrient quality. So you got to cut it while it's at the right time. So that's it. What hay fork is that? Titan? I'm honestly not too sure. We're gonna switch the camera back around here. Now we can actually roll with it. Let's see. Oh, let's get you right here. There we go. Now I feel like we can just roll with it. Men on my side with my tractor, not fun. Yeah. No, not fun, not cool. Alright. Now we can rock and roll. Actually put her in the back end high. There we go. Can't find them, grind them. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get the other hay bales from the other side. We got down right there, but I'll tell you what, 23 bales on each load. He's got 21 more bales he's going to bring me this evening. We will probably put just 23 in this field, and then the rest of them in another field. The thought process here on the farm about where we unload and how we put our hay out, we, as in me, and the cows, and you guys, the thought process here is to make it easy to access for the bale unroller and to not haul hay all over the farm, wasting time and money on fuel. Time is our most valuable commodity here on the farm, on any farm. And if we can find a way to save time by putting the hay in the field that it's actually going to be used, then that is super ideal. Like I said, we're going to roll on pretty quick now. Hydrostatic is super awesome for this kind of work, back and forth, back and forth. I'm not gearing and switching gears and shuttle shifting and all that mess. I like it. I think in my final Kubota tractor purchase, I'll be getting the shuttle shift machine. It won't be hydrostatic, and I'll miss this one. This is the TYM T574. Nothing bad to say about the TYM tractors at all. I honestly think that, we used to work with TYM. And I honestly believe I'm the only one that was farming, really farming, building a real farm, not just homesteading or, something like that. I think it was good for their business. I think it's a mistake on their part to not continue to work with me, to be honest with you. I'm pretty loyal. One of those people that's pretty loyal, but if you get me, if you break my trust, then I'm not going to be loyal to you anymore. There we go. Ryan Forrest is not keeping the big TYM. What size of the bales? They're 4x5s. Probably not going to keep Big T. We're going to replace Big T and this tractor with one single tractor. That's my goal. That's what I'm thinking. Don't hold me to it. Don't quote me. I'm not a politician. Happy lunch break, everybody. Don't blame you. We just started working with other channels too. Not cool. Yeah, I don't know. I introduced TYM tractors to Lumna Acres, Lumna, Al and his wife. They wouldn't have their tractor if it wasn't for me. I wouldn't have my TYM tractors if it wasn't for Tony's Tractor Adventure and my good friend Hank Hamilton. Daniel from Arms Family Homestead reached out to me to connect him with TYM tractors, and I did. I think he already had something in the works. It's disappointing when you find that you've done your best for somebody and they turn their back on you. And again, it's kind of the way I felt. So, it is what it is. Got another funny story. Because of Hank Hamilton and Stony Ridge Farmer, Mike said he bought his TYM. That's awesome. I mean, look at coyotes. I've got some friends that have coyotes. Is TYM the same as the Rural King RK tractor? Yes. Those tractors, most of them are made by TYM. Some of the Mahindra lineup is made by TYM. TYM just acquired Branson tractors. And I don't know why. I honestly don't know why. I could not get a reason why they didn't want to play on the farm with me anymore. But I appreciate everything they did for me. I think the whole group recently just got sent to Atlanta, maybe for a meal or something like that, or a meeting. All the influencers, and here I am sitting at home filming, promoting their brand, while the rest of the guys are shooting a video at the Atlanta Braves game. You tell me. I don't have time to go to a Braves game. I want to go. Anytime I leave the farm, it costs me about $100 a day. I have not had a vacation in 2 years. All my vacations are work vacations. Go to Vegas for a show, or go to Louisville, Kentucky for a farm show or something like that. And I love it. I mean, I do. You'll never meet a guy who loves life more than me. I love it. This is a pretty row of hay. I hope it looks good from up on the front porch of the house. It's also serving as a privacy fence. When we get done, stick around. We'll show you this row of hay. It'll make a great privacy fence. Ah! What you doing, bud? Got my spike in there, a little crooked. What you guys having for lunch? The used tractor market has plummeted, says Philip the Wise. That's what I'm hearing, and I'm also hearing the new tractor market is plummeting. That John Deere 5065, I probably should have gotten rid of it a couple of years ago, but it was so handy having the Woods backhoe on the back of it. If I needed to move a big rock or dig a hole, it's super handy having that. But it had 1,000 hours, 900 and something hours on it. It had that 3 years ago. It's still got 900 something. I haven't put 100 hours on that tractor in maybe 4 years. All I'm doing is keeping the battery up. It doesn't make any sense to keep something like that unless it's going up in value, and I guess it probably is. From Ohio, Carol. Good morning, Larry. Walla Walla, Washington. Awesome. Early morning there. What time is it in Washington? 11:30? 7:30? 7:30 a.m.? All right. We're on the second row. The guy that I'm loading the truck for just called me. I'll call him back in 10 minutes when we get done here. In fact, let me text him right now. You guys hang tight? Can you hang on for just a minute? I'm going to text that fella. We got you back? Sit downsizing. Yeah, exactly. Are we back? Let me know. Sorry guys, I had to blink out. I texted that fella and told him come on and get it. I hope that he's not planning on bringing the next load right now. I agree to have a dedicated tractor for a backhoe. I'll tell you, man, a backhoe is good on a farm tractor, but save up your projects and rent a Mini X. That's. I mean, to be honest with you, that's what I think is the best idea. A backhoe on the back of a tractor. I mean, that Woods backhoe is 16 to 18 grand. How many weeks a year could you rent a Mini X? You know, you can rent a Mini X for like a 3-day weekend 4 times a year and not spend that much money in what? 5 years? 10 years? I don't know. The good thing is my neighbor John, who's a wonderful dude, very, very nice man, he has a KX040 mini excavator from Kubota. So when you got use of a Mini X from a neighbor, you don't need a backhoe. You need a couple tractors for a Mini X. There you go, Philip. That's what I'm saying. You're about done. Love your aerial videos. Thank you. I was going to shoot a regular video, but instead we just decided to go live for lunchtime. Tell me what you're eating for lunch, guys. I know a lot of you are probably having lunch right now. Alright. We got 5 more bales on here. Got a really nice dual tandem trailer here. I don't want to tear it up. I'm trying to take it easy and be careful with it. He must be making money. He's buying new trucks. Little Canada, Minnesota. Good to have you. I got to see the YouTube video talking about the language in Minnesota, where it comes from. That's pretty cool information. I'm kind of a nerd. I like that kind of stuff. So just so you guys know, as soon as we get off the live stream here, I'm most certainly top off the chicken waters again. It's only supposed to be 85 today versus like 97 yesterday. If anybody raises chickens or cows or any kind of livestock, you'll know it's hard to keep their waters full on those hot days. Beef for lunch, duh. You need better audio, Alex. We are live, dude. This is live. This is real. I'm in a tractor. I'm not in the living room. This is live. And this is a $400 microphone to make it better for you. Maybe it's not working. Tell me, do you lose audio now? Let's just see. Let's just see. Settings, audio. Check. Let's see. Audio. I was trying to make it better, bro. I got a bunch of Chinese writing coming up on this thing now. Let's try to make that better. How's that? Is this working? Is it back, guys? Can you hear me? I think much better. It's much better? Good. Sometimes this mic disconnects itself. Maybe when I texted Larry, it disconnected. Somebody asked about tractors here. Testing, 1, 2, 3. What's your opinion on 25 horsepower tractor to avoid emission regs? This is a 55 horsepower tractor. It has the regenerative system in it. It's never regened. It has 177 hours on it. If you buy under 75 horsepower, you can get the regen system versus the DEF, diesel exhaust fluid system. My thoughts on the DEF: technology's coming a long way. The TYM 1104 has DEF fluid, and there's no issues whatsoever. So, what's the old chicken coop doing? Scott, we just saw we had a dead chicken in there this morning. I don't know what happened. Got a little bit of a farm investigation to take care of on that this morning after I get off. So, buying a 25 horsepower tractor in the hopes of avoiding some sort of emissions issue, I don't see any reason behind it. I say buy a bigger tractor than what you think you're going to need. A man never got on a tractor and said, this thing's got too much power. You know? This is the perfect size little tractor, little utility tractor, in my humble opinion, for chores like this. A chore tractor, doing some light mowing, spraying, stuff like that. Really, when it comes down to it, I think a man needs a nice cab tractor that's capable of doing this. I think a farm needs a skid steer, a skid loader for doing loader work and dirt work. And I think a farm also needs a couple older tractors to get jobs done, like pulling the drag harrow and stuff like that. So like the Massey Ferguson 240. I just bought a Ford 2910. You're going to see a video on that coming too. That's just a little two-wheel drive, little workhorse tractor for fixing driveways and planting grass seed and stuff like that. We're starting to get a little more rain. Pretty happy about that. Feel me shaking. This is me loading bales. Casey asked about hydrostatic. We were talking about that a little bit earlier, Casey. I love the hydrostatic transmission in this tractor. I'm driving backwards, by the way. If you don't like driving backwards, don't buy a farm. I like the hydrostatic in this machine. It makes things super easy to load and unload. But for mowing, I don't like it. I'd rather have a shuttle shift. When it comes down to it, I think you get used to a shuttle shift and you'll never look back. Hydrostatic or power shift better. Like I said, I think on the long-term basis, if you've got a hydrostatic tractor, you need to make sure that the cruise control works on it. Here, I just set the cruise control. But if I turn up the hill, the tractor slows down. If I turn down the hill, it speeds up. So it's not really cruise control, it's pump control. Got in here. Corned beef, mashed potatoes, and gravy. Brian. Awesome. Dude, making my stomach growl. I meal prepped on Sunday. Yeah, Sunday. I cooked some rice with canned tomatoes and some peas. I hope this isn't Larry pulling in down here. Anyway, I cooked some rice with tomatoes and peas and stuff, and they were delicious. That is Larry. It's delicious, but I've got way too much left over right now. I've been eating the same thing for like 7 days. It's getting way old. I need to get some burrito wraps and make burritos with them. The fella's here to pick his tractor up. He's down there waiting for me. I think he's getting ready to walk up through the field to get his truck. Yep, he's down there. He's parked on the wrong side of the road in my good grass. My bet is that he's going to bring another load in. You guys might get to meet Larry. That'd be fun. I think Larry used to work for NC State, North Carolina State University Ag Department. I can unbuckle now. I feel safe. I think he used to manage their cow herd. Fountain of wonderful knowledge that guy has, for sure. And he is walking up through the field. You guys might, I don't want to put the camera in Larry's face, so you're just going to hear us talk real quick. Oh, it's probably not very nice to put the camera on his face without talking to him about it first. Just being smart. Any plans on getting back into baking your winter hat? I don't know what that means, brother. All right, I'm gonna turn so you guys can see us a little bit. It's a little sneaky, but I won't put the camera in his face. I don't want to be rude. There, you'll be able to see us, but I'll be nice. Oh. I'm jealous of that truck, man. Oh man, that's brand new. 1,100 miles on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
Real jealous. That's a tradesman.
Yeah.
Did you get it off of Smith Stokes? Yep.
Yeah.
About 2 years ago, I had a Ford Raptor, that F-150, and I was going to trade and get a 3,500, and I didn't end up doing it, and the Raptor ended up falling apart.
Good.
Yeah, I had to get rid of it. I mean, I think they did $10,000 worth of work to it. Just kept breaking. Everything kept breaking on it. So it had 70,000 miles on it.
Good.
So a truck ought to last 300,000 miles, in my opinion. But so the next load, are you going to go get another load right now and bring it right back?
We'll get 20 bales. What's in that field?
Okay. So the next load, you're going to come in that double gate right there. So you'll go in the driveway gate and swing to the right, and then I'm going to put, just like I've lined the fence right here with these bales.
Yeah.
I'm going to see where the cows are.
Yeah.
I'm going to line the fence with these bales too. So just pull on in there, and I'll unload you, and then you can circle around down behind those hay bales that are there and come on back out.
Okay.
All right. And to get out of here, I'm going to say circle right here and go back out top of the hill.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll get this out of your way. So,
All right.
all righty. We'll see you, what, 30 minutes, 40 minutes?
I go down to 704. So
Okay.
probably a little bit more than that.
Okay.
When I get loaded.
All right.
Myself, I got to pick it up and haul it to the trailer. Yeah.
So I'll see you in an hour and a half. Just
something like that.
all right. Holler at me when you.
Yeah, I told you I could. And I just leave the trailer over here. I'm going to board most some more hay.
Okay. All right. Yeah, we'll just park it down there where you parked it before, and don't worry if you block that road, it'll be all right. So yeah, when you get done, just park it down there. You've got enough room on this side of that little driveway part. So I just say pull it off to the right there, and then I'll get it and drive it up through and unload.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
All right. You guys got to listen. I get to sit back in the seat. It's behind the window. I'll say. Yeah. All right. We're going to pull on up here. Oh, I need to let him know. Got his tractor in 4-wheel drive, or his truck in 4-wheel drive. I've got your truck in 4-wheel drive, just so you know, because I figured it might be a little slick coming out of here. All right. Nice guy. Salt of the earth. When you buy hay from somebody like that, it's just a pleasure. You can just tell that the guy cares about what he does. He also cares about the nutrition of the animals, which is something that's super fantastic for me. Absolutely. You need the guy that's cutting your hay to understand animal nutrition more than anything, really. All right. So you guys probably just heard he's going to bring his truck back over here and just park it, so I don't have to sit around here and wait for him, which is a good thing. Probably do a regular video on unloading the next batch and talk about all the feed and cost and everything. Okay, this is a turbo. Let's do a little tractor education. My mouth is dry. I like to let my turbo cool down. So I go into my info station on this tractor and I make sure that my temperature is down between 168 and 172. And then I shut the engine down. The turbo needs to cool. If you are going wide open and then you just shut down your tractor, you're going to cause problems with your turbo eventually on your tractor. And this tractor does have a turbo on it. So I like to let it kind of idle for 45 seconds to a minute, something like that. So happy lunch break, everybody. We still got a little bit more to go. Ooh, if I can get out. There we go. So he's pulling out of here. And I'll grab the camera. We're going to fill up some water buckets and head to the cows here, or head to the chickens. There he goes. Cool. Productive morning, right? That's what it's all about. You guys might ask, why are you going to the gym, Josh? You work so hard on the farm. Man, it's not just to get off. It's not just for a workout. It's to get off of the farm. It's to get off the land for a little bit. It's to go see people. I've got friends there. That's what it's really about. Just being able to go, dedicate some time to being in shape, stretching, feeling good. And I have a group of friends there. So maybe I'm like an old man that goes to the gym every morning to see his friends, but it's important, I think. All right. Hear the airplane? Got an airport pretty close by. Does a lot of training. And what it really does is get on my nerves. Did you fix the gate issue? Man, you're going to have to be a little more specific than that. I've had several gate issues. First gate issue, I need to watch. You reminded me. I need to watch him go out and make sure the gate's going to open appropriately. So my farm gate is an automated gate. It has a sensor on the ground, under the ground, that you run over, and that sensor actuates the gate on the way out. And for some reason, that sensor has been messed up. I changed the circuit board out. You know, when you're a farmer, you got to do everything. So I changed the circuit board out on that, and it seems to be working just fine. I think it was an electronics problem, not a sensor problem. So far, no other issues. What it would do is when I left the house, it would actuate the gate, and I would come home from the house and the gate would be open. I'm all about home security. I've got cameras all over everywhere. I've got a security system in the house, in the shop, everywhere. But I still want that first line of defense, and that's the gate to the farm. So I'll tell you a funny story. So I first moved up here. And, you know, you're up here in the country and you think, well, you're pretty private place. Where we just unloaded hay was woods. It was forest. So when I moved up here to the country, we had forest right here in front of the house. Nobody really ever came up. Anytime I left the gate open, somebody would come through the gate. And what had happened was I was off at work and the former Miss Stony Ridge was here. And she had just gotten out of the shower. And the G-man had showed up. The tax guy had showed up at the house here and was walking around looking in the windows of my mobile home. And this is a mobile home. It's not classified as real estate or real property. It's classified like a car. It's a vehicle. It has a title just like a car. As long as you keep the axles underneath it and the tongue under it, in my county, you get taxed like a car. He had no business poking his nose up in my house, and especially since my wife at that time was there without any clothes on. So that's the reason I have the gate. It's the gate's not there for my protection. It's there for other people's protection. Stay out. And that's pretty dirty. So they have a note on my tax card now. Make appointment with this guy. He is a jerk. I don't think they have any right to be poking around looking in my house. They don't have any right. It's not that I don't think they don't. They don't. What do you think about that? Trying to squeeze us. Guys, we get squeezed for every single dollar we earn. My local, I'm just going a rant here. My local sales tax in this county is 7%. $7 out of every $100 I spend, the government sucks out $7. That's wrong. That is wrong. 100%. That is totally wrong. You're paying property taxes. You're paying taxes on your vehicles. You're paying taxes on your real property. And 7% tax just to spend my money. So I have to pay the government 7% of my hard-earned dollar for permission to spend it. You know what I say? It's a bunch of bull. Have to pay. That's what you got to pay for permission to spend money. That's what that is. That's what that is. That's all that is. It's wrong. Here in North Georgia, it's $25 to $35 a roll for hay. Not for that hay, brother. You won't get that quality hay. Look at this hay. We just did this. Just unloaded. Let me take you over here. Look at this hay. This is very high quality net wrapped hay, 4x5 bales. In most places, this is 60 to 110 bucks. Let's turn the camera around here. All right, guys, you got your water. Yeah, this is super high quality hay. This is where the chickens were before, by the way. And this is all going to recover really, really nicely. It's striped because of the Ventrac. May need a sign says strange faces in my window may disappear. No doubt. So this is it. I did leave a little more room than I needed to between the fence and the hay rolls, but that's okay. It's all good. This will be enough hay to feed this pasture for the year. That's 23 bales. What do you think? Should I extend it all the way out? Should we go further? I don't know. Looks kind of nice. Looks kind of like I think I might just unload the rest of it right here. Gosh, that'd be 40 bales right here. It's a quarter of the hay for the year. Nah, I won't do that. Yeah, it does look kind of nice, doesn't it? Looks like a privacy fence. Keep that government from looking in on me. I just honestly, guys, I don't want to go on that rant. We'll talk about that more in future videos, but I don't understand why we have to be regulated and controlled on every single thing that we do and taxed on our money just for permission to spend it. That's not right. That's just not right. That's all it is to it. And how in the world can a system that steals from us like that go broke or be in debt? How can that happen? I don't know. I just don't know. We're going right up to the mega shop. You guys want to go? Got a few more minutes in this live stream. We're going to cruise on up to the mega shop. After I place this basket right there. I've got cucumbers coming off daily. Lots of cucumbers. Round and round we go. Where we stop, nobody knows. Yeehaw! All right. Oh, baby. Away we go. Yeehaw! Still dropping rain. I gotta move one of my sprinklers up here. That's why we're going up here. Been doing a lot of work in the shop. You guys are gonna see some videos coming out. If you don't know, I've got a new toy in there. It's pretty cool. It's probably a waste of money, but it's the 500 horsepower go-kart that turns me on. I don't know about that, if it turns you guys on or not. So if you tuned in, you know that I planted grass here a couple, maybe like 4 videos back. This is what it's doing. I got a sprinkler over here going. We're gonna shut that one off. How are we gonna do this? I need to go from that one to this one to this one. And the way I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna walk down here. Still got some little tufts of hay like this or straw like this that I need to spread. This is all that millet coming up. And we're gonna get wet. We're gonna get wet from the sprinkler here in a second. Let's get going here, buddy. You wanna work? There you go. There you go. Whoa, it's the wrong way. There we go. All right, I know what you guys are thinking. Rock. You're wasting water, you're wasting money. I'm not wasting water and wasting money here. I've got to get this, I've got to get water on this is the only thing that I can do. And I forgot to turn off the other sprinkler. So we've got to run down here and not get sprayed. Toss that rock over there. Oh, goodness, there it is. It's going to get me. All right, safe. So you guys have seen photos from this area right here. What a beautiful place. This is the outdoor kitchen from Carolina Barn Builders. And we'll show you over here the Gather Grill. If you guys haven't seen this on the channel yet, it's really cool. They've actually given us a coupon for free shipping on these. This is the Gather Grill. It's gathergrills.com and the coupon Stony Ridge for free shipping. It's like 500 bucks off. That is a super nice lifetime purchase right there for sure. Uh-oh, we've got remnants of last night's recreation up here. We're gonna sit and chat for just a second, guys. Where'd you get the sprinkler? I got the sprinklers at on Amazon. I ordered them on Amazon. There is a 2-pack of sprinklers that I ordered. I think they were like 80 bucks. What I really want to do is have sprinklers staged everywhere. And I'm working on an automated system where I can come up here with my phone and click it and turn on the different sprinklers. So they'll rotate. They'll go in rotation. 30 minutes, 30 minutes, 30 minutes, 30 minutes, 30 minutes. That's a goal. Do you have time to investigate the dead chicken during this live? Man, no, I don't want to show a dead chicken. I've already shown it. I don't want to go pick up a dead chicken on the live stream and speculate as to what happened to it. Chickens die. Chickens just, they're birds and they're very fragile birds. So they have plenty of food and water, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know what happened. But I won't do that during the live stream. We don't need to show everybody a dead chicken anymore. So, yep. I'm thinking about starting a crawfish farm with the fish camp. Yeah, that'd be cool. Where's Buddy today? Buddy's on the front porch. Buddy's got all, somebody says loud and clear, McElroy Forestry. Scroll that way. You're behind on the live stream. Yep. Anyway, yeah, I'll investigate that. I may never know. I don't know, man. Sometimes chickens just die. They just die. They're still chicks. They're still, even though they look big, they're still young birds. And sometimes they just die. They just do. Cows are a little grumpy right now. It's not as hot as it's been, so they're all roaming around looking and waiting for me to take them on a trip somewhere. They want to get out of that pasture that they're in. They've got access to somewhere around 20-ish acres. Don't quote me on that right now. While this dry spell is here, I'm letting them overgraze that 20-ish acres, and I'm putting hay out. And I've got about 18 more bales to put out, so they'll be in that 20-acre paddock for, gosh, I'm going to say another 2 weeks till we get over this really, really hot weather. You think about getting Buddy a buddy. The Buddy's on the porch. No, I lost track there. Buddy's on the porch. He can come off the porch. He can come play with us. He can go do whatever he wants to do. Buddy's getting older, and he likes to run once in a while. We don't run a whole lot like we used to. I have been scolded by folks on YouTube and Facebook about Buddy being lonely and about me loading Buddy up on the four-wheeler or in a truck or wherever and taking him everywhere I go. I don't take Buddy everywhere I go. I just don't have that luxury of loading up a dog that sheds 5-gallon buckets worth of hair and stuffing him in my truck and riding 35 feet on the farm. So Buddy can run and walk that far. We take him down to I take him down to the pond and let him swim on these hot days like that. Let him get cooled off. Let him lay down in the mud. But he's not an inside dog, and he's not going to be picked up and carried around the farm with me everywhere I go. If I thought about getting Buddy a buddy, yes. I think my next dog will maybe a livestock guardian dog or maybe a small house dog. I don't know. I miss Brody. You guys, if you follow the channel, if you're big fans of the channel, you know about Brody. He was the little poodle mix. It was a cockadoodle, I think is what they call him. But he's no longer with us here on the farm. He left with his mom. The Doug guy's still here. Yeah, he's still here. The Doug guy. Your Asheville, North Carolina trail camera. You are forever will be known as the Doug guy now. It's awesome. I appreciate your apology. I do. Hi from Australia. As far as chickens go, it happens we've lost some for no reason. Well fed, looked after, and they die at times. Exactly. That's it. Exactly. So Edwin, eventually I'll get Buddy a buddy, I'm sure. Buddy, another friend. But it needs to be the right breed. I won't have another German Shepherd, to be honest with you. Buddy was great. Lexi was not great. Lexi had issues. Lexi's no longer here with us. She would bite people. She would knock people over. She wouldn't listen. She was just a problem dog. A German Shepherd needs a job all the time. They need something to do all the time. Even Buddy, in his really not so good condition, I got him on my neighbor's game camera up here, which is about a mile away. And at 4 o'clock in the morning, he snuck off the porch. I'd leave him out on the porch every night and went roaming up there, snooping around looking for food. He's got a bucket of food this big. So get Buddy a young woman to keep his hips loose. I don't think that's going to do it. I think his young woman hip days are over. And my puppy days are over. Chickens are like goats, says White Church Farm Outdoors. They are on a mission, death mission. They die easily. They do. They are. And goats, if you've ever kept goats, you get used to death pretty quick. They just don't make it. They just, no matter what you do. I've got a friend of mine that has a business called Goats on the Go. And his business is great. But he loses goats. They just die. I think he has somewhere in the neighborhood of 400 goats, and he probably loses 1 goat a month. And he has impeccable health, impeccable genetics. Everything's perfect, and he still has problems. So, did you sell all of your older Ford trucks? I've still got like a 96 F-150 4-wheel drive over there. But it's up for sale. I think one of my buddies that shoes horses is going to come and get it. That's George. The truck's name is George. I just am downsizing a little bit and rotating in new stock, I guess. Rotating some new tractor stuff in and new vehicles. So This is a wonderful spot to sit, guys. In the evening time, I come out here, I sit down, maybe or maybe not. There might be beverages consumed here. I just come up here, sit back, and relax and enjoy my evening. I actually sit here with a water hose and just. And now I know what it's like to be an old man on his porch with a water hose watering his yard. It's kind of nice. Kind of dig it. I agree with you. German Shepherd is 1 year old and just had puppies. I think puppies calmed her down. She's been eating up my bone and blood meal. New, not even opened. Why do you have bone and blood meal around your dog? Is that something in the you're putting in the garden? Nothing will compare to the $100 truck. You should have kept that one. That truck, behind the scenes, someone needed to enjoy that truck more than I did. I could drive that truck to town, but literally it got 7 miles to the gallon, and it was a 75 or 76. First year of the F-150, square headlights, and it had the 351M, which stands for modified, which is not a good engine. Truck had about 100,000 miles on it. I actually found a letter from the previous owner who was related to me. And it was a letter to Ford about problems he was having with that truck and the transmission in it. Interesting. Lemonade on the porch. Yeah, so the $100 truck, man, it's been gone for several years now. We got the Bronco. We got the Willis Jeep project in there. It's got to get done. I've got an electrician coming to finish the lights in here. I have a new compressor in there from Northern Tool. You're going to see a cool video about that. Yeah, so thank you, Brian. Appreciate that. Brian says I'm building a pretty place. It was a deal of a lifetime, though. Yep. Sometimes that deal of a lifetime is great, but the money is better suited to be put towards the farm. So sold that thing and took that money and put it towards farm stuff. $100 is a deal of a lifetime for a truck. I didn't really want the truck. Like, I went to the dude's house and he's like, "What do you think about this truck right here?" And I was like, "Well, you know, I like it. It's cool, but it's a 2-wheel drive. I don't have any use for it, really." I said, "What do you want for it? Just tell me." He says, $100 too much? No, it's not. Okay, we got it. Brian asked if I still have the Raptor. It is gone bye-bye. There's going to be a video coming out about that. I just filmed it yesterday, actually. I got a Toyota. I bought a Toyota FJ Cruiser to replace the Raptor. It's been great. From now on, I'm buying investment vehicles, investment grade vehicles. Now, what's an investment grade vehicle? First and foremost, it's a vehicle that I hopefully don't have to go into debt for. I've got enough trucks to handle the jobs that I need to do here on the farm. I've got enough vehicles like those little Honda Elements to get me around, and I'm not going into debt for my car anymore. No more. And I encourage you guys to consider that also. What in the world are we making a $500 a month car payment? Imagine if you put that $500 a month in the bank from age 18 and you retired at age 70, you'd have well over $5, $6, $7 million in the bank. Why are we doing that? As Americans, as people, why are we putting ourselves in the prison of consumer debt? A vehicle is consumer debt. Why are we doing that to ourselves? I have a video coming out about this, about debt and the freedom that life provides you by getting out of debt. You can actually save for retirement. You can buy things that are fun because you can afford to, because you're not throwing the money at the bank. The bank don't matter to me. The bank serves me. I don't serve the bank. I don't need to pay 8% interest to buy a new house right now and overpay for it. I just don't need to do that. Who needs to do that? Why on earth, when we had the basically the collapse of everything here, when everything started, the supply chains got broken down, housing blew up, the housing market blew up, people are building houses and they didn't have enough contractors and didn't have enough material to build stuff, and we're building houses like crazy. Why are we doing that? And everybody's acting like spoiled little brats, like they have to go buy the latest, greatest, newest thing. You got to pay 110 grand for a truck. I mean, why are we doing that? What's going on? I don't know. Debt is a heavy weight. Woody Dotson says it right here. Debt is truly a heavy weight on the neck of a person treading in the water of life's waves. There's one thing that I can tell you is getting out of debt is very important. So I sold the Raptor. I bought a Toyota FJ Cruiser. It's 10 years old. It's a Toyota. It's going to last, and it's an investment grade vehicle. In other words, it's a very, very nice Toyota FJ Cruiser. I paid pretty good for it. I took the money I got from the Raptor, and I paid around $30,000 for a 10-year-old Toyota FJ with 90-something thousand miles on it. It's going to last 300,000 miles. I'm going to take good care of it. It doesn't have all the fancy gadgets and electronics that mess you up. It's simple. It's Toyota. It's reliable, and it doesn't have a turbo. It's just simple, good, reliable transportation, much like those little Honda Elements that I buy. Simple, good, reliable. You can rinse the floor out with a water hose. That's what I'm all about. So we are debt-free. We pay cash for our vehicles, says Sarah Jane Johnson. Once you can get there, you want to stay there, don't you, Sarah Jane? Once you can get there, you want to stay there, and it's not unachievable. And for some reason, people think you have to be born with the silver spoon. It's not unachievable to get unburied and get out of this cycle of payments. I want to know right now, who right now here is debt-free and no longer making payments on cars and trucks and house? And tell me what you're making payments on. Tell me, guys, how many of you guys are making payments on 2 cars, 3 cars, 4 cars? How many of you guys are doing that? Let me know for sure. Are we living above our means? Can't we look back in the days of like Walton's Mountain, right? The people going into debt for something or buying something big and fancy was like the talk of the town back then. Now everybody's buying something big and fancy. So why? Why? No debt other than a $2,000 credit card. Pay it off every month, brother. I use a credit card for virtually every single purchase that I make, and I pay it off at the end of every month. I don't pay interest. I have it set up to auto pay, and I pay it off. I get points on that credit card. That credit card buys me gas for free. It gives me Amazon points for free. That's what I do. Explain living above your means. You make $60,000 and you drive a $60,000 car. That is foolish. That is stupid. You are living above your means. You and your wife collectively make $120,000 a year, and you're living in a $480,000 house. That is living above your means. It is. You are burying yourself into debt and putting yourself in a situation where you can no longer enjoy your life. You're only working to pay for the debt. So work hard, guys. Get it paid for as quickly as you can. I got cleaned out. I got my clock cleaned with a divorce. And I worked my butt off and I dug myself back out of it. I'm the guy that lived in the trailer park and couldn't afford to buy toilet paper. How do you get out of that? You live debt-free. That's how you get out of it. You do your best to live debt-free. I've owned over 100 cars, and I've probably had over 70 car loans. What a monumental waste of money. How much would I have in retirement right now had I not wasted that monumental amount of money being a dingbat? What credit card do you use? I use a Amazon Prime card, I think is what it is. Got a couple cards. You got to do some research on that. There are websites out there that'll tell you. Make sure they're a .org or .gov websites that you're looking on. Make sure it's a reputable source, not somebody that's paying to tell you what the best credit card is. Just one vehicle at 0%. We drive them until they drop. I can buy toilet paper and still can use oak leaves. So when I was poor living in the trailer park, there wasn't any oak leaves. I lived in Utah. Scrub oak leaves. They're a little too small. I have payments on my semi for the next 7 months. 2 homes, a Toyota pickup. All paid off. That's awesome. 1 car payment for reliable, fuel-efficient, reliable car for trips. Woody, let's talk about that. You got a reliable, fuel-efficient car for trips. Wouldn't it be cheaper to buy a reliable, fuel-efficient car like a Honda They can get you to and from work and get you run around and get you doing your thing. And if you want to go on a long trip and you don't trust that thing to drive from, Indiana to Colorado, go over to Enterprise Rent a Car and rent a car for $36 a day and drive that. Is that better than a $400 car payment, $500 car payment? Get out of that debt, brother. Once you get out of debt and you're out of debt for a year or two on your cars, all of a sudden you'll start thinking about it differently. And for those of you who are out of debt, I didn't mean for this live stream to become a debt conversation, but for those of you who are out of debt, doesn't it make you think different? Tell me. And I'm not trying to put anybody down. Credit union, 10%. Wow. Just make sure they're not poisonous leaves. 9 payments left on a Toyota Tacoma and 18 years on the house. Philip the Wise. Philip, go online and pull up an amortization schedule and look at what it would take if you just put an extra $400 a month on your house. How much quicker you'd pay that house off. Knock it down, brother. Get out of debt. Do it, do it, do it. Do it. Do it for you. Do it for your kids, for your grandkids. Pass on generational wealth by getting out of debt. Generational wealth. We don't need to leave here. The average person at retirement is broker than they were when they first started working. Think about that. When we started working at age 16 or 15, 14, whatever, you got a worker's permit, you didn't have a dime, right? Now, the average person is retiring nowadays in their 60s, late in 70s, and has less financial freedom than they had when they were 15 and 16 years old getting their first job. Really, really makes sense, guys. So I didn't mean for this to really be a financial conversation, but we need to think about this stuff. It's important to all of us. So Brian Garner says, debt-free, 97 F-150, no credit card, 60 years old. Thank you. Thank you, Brian, for the compliments, buddy. Credit card, I don't see a problem in the world with credit card as long as you can maintain getting that payment, paying it off every month. So you're not paying interest on that credit card. I have no problem with it whatsoever at all. In fact, some people don't even take credit cards or debit cards anymore. There's some kind of big push right now. I don't know if you guys seen the ads for it, for legislation about debit cards, about how many fees that they can charge you for your debit card. What they're trying to do is take more money out of your pocket because you're going to pay, 20, 25, anywhere from 10 to 30% of your income is going to go to taxes. Then you're going to go buy something. You need permission from the government to buy it. That permission costs $7 on every 100. Then they want to charge you more fees on your credit cards and on your debit cards. I don't believe in that legislation. I don't. I want to take away cash. And what's your guys' thoughts about that? Taking away cash. No more cash. No more cash. So every single transaction that you ever make is tracked. Every single transaction. They know what you eat. They know what you drink. They know if you buy something at the grocery store you shouldn't be buying, non-food item. They know what you eat, again, what you drink, what you purchase, the kind of bicycle you ride. They know every single thing that they need to know. We're going to take away cash. That way we can track every single thing you do and charge you to spend your money and charge you a credit card fee. I don't know. At 72 years old now, my wife and I worked very hard for 50 years. We've not had any debt in the past 25 years. House paid for in 2012. Highlander paid for in cash. 2018 Tundra paid in cash. Jerry, you can express this to everyone that's watching. Once you get out of the habit of buying things that you don't really need, going into debt for them, like automotive expenses, and I get it. We all got to start somewhere. We all got to start in debt, but get out as quick as you can. Get out, get a job, invest in yourself. Tell them what it's like to think about a car purchase differently. Not to think about what your payment needs to be, but to think about how much money you're spending. So that's the biggest car salesman trick on the planet. Well, what do you want your payment to be? That's the first thing you do. You get in the car and start talking with you. If you ever go to a car dealership and buy a car, take this advice from me to the bank. If you go into a car dealership and the salesman asks you how your credit is on the test drive, park that car and run away. That is a rip. That is a rip off. Now we're talking about dead chickens and led to this. Yep. That's a rip. You guys ever had that? I've been in cars with people on a test drive with a vehicle asking me how my credit is. You're fired. You are not selling me this car. I'm not buying this car from you. No, I'm not. So, Jerry, I use my credit card for points too. You guys ever had that happen? When they ask that you just know you're getting ripped. You just know it. Used car industry, and I've got family members that sell cars. I get it. I sold cars. Okay. When I was in the military, I walked out of the Air Force Base one day. I didn't have a car. I walked down and I found a dealership and I bought a 1968 Buick Riviera with a 430 cubic inch monster of an engine. And I haggled with that guy so well. I was 18 years old. I haggled with him so well, 19 years old, that he hired me to sell cars for him. So in the evenings after work in the Air Force, I would go down there and I would sit and I'd sell cars and I'd just earn $100 for every car that I sold. First thing I'd ask him is, how's your credit? I was working for a scummy car dealership, and that's the first thing he told me. That's what I was trained to do. I know what it's about now. Good stuff. Nice. Well, guys, we have squandered hour and 46 minutes of your wonderful morning. Happy lunchtime, lunch break. It's been fantastic. I unloaded some hay. I'm waiting on the next load to get back. Hopefully that gets back here pretty soon. Beautiful day here in North Central North Carolina, the foothills of the Blue Ridge Mountains. I'm going to go. I've got to get some things done. Thank you all so much. Hit that like button on the way out the door here. Thank you so much. If you're watching on Facebook and I've invited you to follow the channel, please click and follow. A lot of you, there's over 7,000 people that have been invited to follow and haven't clicked the OK button. Click it. It's pretty fun. Check the gate. Gate's good. I can see it from here. Good stuff. All right. I got to go check on this chicken, guys. We'll see you next time on the Stony Ridge. Take care. Woo! Let me know. Did you enjoy this? Post some comments down there. Tell me what else you'd like to see.